and you elected the person to tell you what to do or to help you decide between a difference of opinion or a difference of an outcome. That's all a lawsuit is. Doesn't mean I'm guilty. Doesn't mean I'm going to heaven or going to hell. Doesn't mean you're automatically incarcerated. It's to help you decide something. And that's what the judge does. Just then decide based on the preponderance of the evidence or the conversation or the testimony. So when you go into these situations, the officer says, "Can you step out of the car for me, please?" What for, officer? The moment the officer gets aggressive and pulls their gun, it's no different than a child pulling their belt off against me and you pulling your gun on me. You will not continue on this after the day. So if the cop was to kill me, that's the best thing they can do. You pull your gun, kill me. Because come tomorrow, I'm going to beat your ass. And I'm not telling you go out there and fight the police. I'm just telling you. Real is real, and I keep it 100. You were not committing a crime. You were not armed. And because of the person's fear or failure to properly do the job, because you're the servant, and you pull a weapon on your master, hell no. I'm going to fire you myself. And if I can't fire you, I'm going to fire your superiors who did not fire you. Because all of them work for me. But you don't think that way. You got yourself in the mind of, I'm the servant. And I notice this a lot in church. I go to churches and I observe. I hear pastors in the pulpit saying, "You're going to hell because you're a faggot? We got to help this fagdom. Get this fagdom. And each time I heard the word fagdom, it sounded like just pure profanity. A made-up word. It sounded like pure hatred. Hatred against the gays. Clearly you wasn't called by God, because God never said anything hatred to anyone. He just avoided the situation altogether. He didn't go to nobody to heal nobody. They came to him. See, Christianity isn't about guaranteeing you anything. Christianity is about giving you the opportunity. So you have the opportunity to do the right thing. You have the opportunity for salvation. Nobody's going to give you salvation. Nobody's going to make you be saved. And nobody's going to tell you to start following Satan. But if you want to learn, the opportunity is available. So it's always important for the pastors to be available, the churches to be available, the members of the church to point somebody in the direction of their pastor. That's how it works. But you're too busy trying to preach to the four walls that you can't save nobody. You see drug people on the corner every day. You never stop by to ask them, you know about Jesus? Even if you ask them one day out of your entire life, you've done your part. You see a homeless man outside on the corner holding a sign, allegedly homeless, holding a sign, and you give the person some money. You put more money in the hands of the homeless man than you do in the Sunday morning plate. When the collection plate go around, you putting in 50 cents and $1. So the homeless man, you gave him a whole $5 bill. You know, I don't know applause. I appreciate it, though. I don't know applause. I'm just keeping it 100. This is what I do. Somebody set my soul on fire yesterday. I ain't gonna say no names, Miss Margie, but she said, "You need to hear from me more." So you're hearing from me more. But see, I ain't gonna be no yo-yo. You can't have it both ways. You can't tell me to hush my mouth, and we need to hear from you more at the same time. Because everything I say, you ain't gonna like it. Phone lines are open, 917-889-8825. Again, that's 917-889-8825. But the show Baltimore's Talking Live is because Baltimore needs to talk. And we have it live because Baltimore needs to talk. And a lot of things they talk about on news media is the same old, same old. We talk about things that matter, not the same old, same old. I'm tired of hearing about Black Lives Matter. Like I said, black people are the ones that clearing up this racism. Did the white man go around talking about Black Lives Matter? Of course not. The Klan created the saying Black Lives Matter, and the black people took it and turned it into a movement for gays. They wasn't concerned about black people getting killed. They was concerned about black gay people getting killed. Because if you notice, with all the murders that's going around, all of them have been young, black, gay men. Especially the guy in Texas. They found his arms and stuff tore off. He was gay. Then the gay hate crimes. Then the boy downtown Baltimore by the light rail. Then the drag queen or whatever you call transsexual or whatever was at the McDonald's with the wig and stuff on, got beat up and killed. Dominique or whatever the name was. I don't know. They beat him up because he was dressed like a woman or something. I don't know. But I'm going to tell you what I know. When you have a child, and y'all might not believe this, when you have a child, the child goes out and kills somebody, God does not say, oh, well, the child did this, we're going to punish the child. God punishes you, the parent, for everything your children do. That's why they say it's best to kill the child to keep your soul intact than to have your child commit all these crimes and your soul be doomed. You could be the best saint in the world, holiest, most religious person. You could be Mahatma Gandhi or Mother Teresa, and your child or raped and molested somebody. Do you think you're still going to heaven? Do you think you can tell God or Jesus, I didn't do it, my son did it? That's still you. It's called the seed, offspring. In mathematics, they call it the product. This is a product of you. The mother and the father multiplied, be fruitful and multiply. They multiplied and came up with a product. That product is the son or daughter. So the actions of that son or daughter are based on what you have instilled in them. That's why they say train up the child in the way that they should go, and they will not depart of it. Train up the child. Now, you just said that the child grow like a wildflower and a weed. And what do weeds do? They kill other vegetation. Can't bear no fruit on a weed. Can't even grow a garden when there's a weed. And here comes God, the weed whacker, to kill the weed so that the other vegetation can grow. Even plants know you got to kill a weed. But rather than us killing the weed, we want to smoke the weed. We want to sell the weed. We want to buy the weed. We say the weed is good. Ain't nothing good about the weed. Even the THC found in the weed affects the brain. Anything that affects the brain affects the liver and affects the heart. Two things you need for longevity of life. So basically, you're trying to kill yourself. Do you think if you're trying to kill yourself that you are a candidate for heaven? Even the smallest of things that you do. You may say, oh, I'm doing it. I'm free. It's my decision. Yes. Everything you do in life is a test. A test of are you worthy? A test to show that you're not worthy. And while Jesus is trying to say you're worthy, Satan is trying to show that you're not worthy. And Satan is always winning. That's why we play the game all over again, because we lose. And we got to go back and do it again. Even though I've just told you, change your ways so that we can win the game, you're still going to continue doing what you're doing, and you lose. You got women that's trying to be men and men trying to be women. That has nothing to do about homosexuality. It's role reversal. You got the woman taking care of the household, and the man sitting back playing video games, propping his feet up, working part-time. So she got to cook, clean, do the laundry. She got a grown-ass baby and a child. She got to buy the groceries, banish the bills. So over a period of time, she starts to act like a man. She starts to look like a man because she's doing man things. You ever notice how women work corrections? They start looking like a dyke because you're doing that of a man. The Bible said, abide where you're called. It was in your profession as well. So when somebody says it's man's work, it's man's work. When somebody says woman's work, it's woman's work. I don't expect to see a woman working construction. But if a woman wants to work construction in America, sure. But let me be clear. You can do whatever it is you want to do in this world. That's the rule of life. If you want to be a president, be a president. You want to be a cop, be a cop. You want to be a judge, be a judge. You want to be a man, be a man. You want to be a woman, be a woman. You want to have a sex change, have a sex change. You want to be gay, be gay. You want to be bi, be bi. You want to be straight, be straight. You could even change from being black to being white. Look at Michael. You could be from white to turn black. Look at Dolezal woman. White woman planning to be white, planning to be black. And she was the president of the NAACP. Until her parents came forward and said, that's our daughter. We don't know why she wanted to be black. And then they fired her. You can put whatever you want to put on your application. Black, white, green, purple, Native American, Hispanic. If that's what you want to be, if that's how you identify, write it down in your application. But I'm tired of it saying African American because I'm not African American. And for religious reasons, I'm not African American. How could I ever be that which imprisons me? Come off the bullshit. Why doesn't it say Hebrew? Why doesn't it say Israelite? Why doesn't it say Nubian? Because these are the things that I am. Why doesn't it say black? These are the things I am. I wasn't born in Africa. And I think that's the most racist thing of all, is to tell someone, you come from Africa, when you don't. How can a white man tell you the origin of black people? They've been doing that for over 300 years. Oh, this is a Nigerian nigga. This is a Sahara nigga. This is a pimento nigga. This nigga here comes from Palomino. This is a bronze nigga. How do you know where I'm from? Do you have my documentation of origin? You're asking me to tell you where I'm from, and I said I'm black. But then you're going to tell me I'm African American. People of Tuskegee were called Negroes. Do you have Negro on the application? Do you have the word Mongoloid on the application? Because the Chinese come from Mongolia. So they're Mongoloids. But we don't want to get into that. Caucasoid, Negroid, Mongoloid, they all have these words. Negroid, but you keep telling me I'm an African American. So I can't even be an American. I got to be an African American. You do anything in your power to tell me I don't belong here by hyphenating my ethnicity.